This is week 7. Yep, the youth coaching blog here, coaching youth basketball week 7. We're in a bye week this week, at least for the 19-year-old group. This week, I've been sitting back, actually got a chance to coach a 5 to 8-year-old, enjoyed watching them a little bit. Admit that was a rough watch on Saturday with that group. Man, you talking about people falling all over the place. It's still that age, you're still working the coordination stuff out. I guess a couple of thoughts here now. You know, Basically, you say we have 2 bye weeks because of scheduling, we don't have any basketball. We have one practice on Tuesday, uh, Friday off because it's close for Good Friday. Saturday have Easter activities for the kids, so that's no games this Saturday. And the next practice won't be till next Tuesday. So I'm solicited evaluating. Basically, we get back off on this long low. We got, if I remember correctly, now my math right, we'd have to, after this little bye week, and the next week being off too. This week we're off, and next week we're off. We have 4 more practices, and 2 more games for the playoffs. So like I'm going through this kind of evaluation thing of who we have, who we don't have, how it's going. True, we have not won a game yet. We actually didn't have a lead in halftime of one game. I previously talked about previous blogs. Leaving. Yeah, go back and listen to them. This is 7th one. You got enough of them. There's 6 more to listen to. I have a lot of stuff to say every week. Especially last one. Few folks wasn't happy about that last one that I know. But, had to say. Okay. Well, I'm not going to those previous blogs. That particular 6, you'll listen to that one. That's almost separate from the other 1 through 5 in this one. Well, my off week, I'm thinking like, okay, pretty much now I know, okay, playoff time, I know my lineup, know who's going to be in there, know who's getting the best shot, and who's coming to practice, getting it all. That's who's getting most of the time. Number 2, most importantly, I think I might maybe spin off Tuesday practice. We're going to have a long week off and maybe get some mental stuff done in there. Who knows, give them time to sound off. I did name 2 captains the other day. And my starting point guard and my starting center, because my point guard he's always handles the ball all the time, and my center is basically good at directing the defense very well. And he's a good leader out there on the floor, and I like him. Both very good students in the school. Matter of fact, I think my point guard, remember, he actually was in the play earlier. He was actually late to practice, but he's actually in the school play, which showed me some versatility. Very interesting. So this bye week, I'm thinking about stuff like, say, towards the end of the season. What's the next plan? Oh, also, I'm thinking about, oh my goodness, baseball coming up soon. And actually, I'm playing flag football, so now I'm trying to figure out how to schedule. And I got a week and a half sitting there, okay, trying to find out how the flag football starts, because I coach that too, and I got to go back and forth between both. Well, probably all. I don't have a weekend, I might am coaching all 3, so I might literally have Saturday, I do nothing but coach. Which is going to pose interesting challenges. So, we got to sit back and thinking, do we change the drills up a little bit? Do I work on more than shooting? I did work on some defensive drills last week. I'm scrimmaging a little bit more in practice, so not to cut it short, because they get too wild and physical out there to the point that unfortunately we have a bunch of guys who never played basketball, and the ones who play the sports are all football players for the most part. So it becomes very, very physical. Them these twin brothers who knock down each other every minute they get a chance to knock down somebody. And doggone it, I figured maybe it might be so bad not to put them on the same team, put them in separate teams and knock each other down like they're at home. It's like, I can't win on that. So, to say how my team, how they looked in practice today. Well, offensively, we're still on some rough edge execution and work on layup drills. Made them mostly go left to work on that. Trying to work on their mid-range game, some of them. Some just worry about understanding where to pass to, where to defend at, and other ones ones I know not develop, I'm trying to find specific roles for them to do, like defensive specialist, rebound specialist. Okay, you can cover player A or B, so I can kind of mix them in the lineup some. So don't be told the loss when they get out there. At least they know what they're going to do. So I got some recognition of that now. So it's been interesting doing this. To say this, at least this is my first time coaching basketball at this level. not quite work as fluently as football, baseball does. I'll even admit to that. It's a whole different. I guess it could require two sets of coordination versus most of the other sports maybe one. Well, baseball requires two or three, but not as fast. And you have to double think all the time playing basketball. I think that sometimes gets some of you little ones kind of jammed up. Right? Frankly, personally, mm, I thought about maybe next year or so, maybe picking back up to the high school, maybe even this summer picking up an AAU team for basketball at middle school or high school level, just because I'm used to that type of speed and thinking I can actually get them something, I can get more advanced with it. You know, these kids are somewhat catching on some advanced stuff I'm showing them. And I bet some of the stuff, the ones who will play further on, they'll probably won't get it now, but they'll come back and remember this a few years from now. Sometimes you don't expect to get the full results or see the fruits of what you do for immediately. Believe me, I've seen it happen before already. I guess I even think back to the flag football kids I coached, a teenager, and I had like there's one or two of them graduated from high school this year. So I've been at this now, what, four and a half? Almost, it's going to 5 years. So actually have a set of kids actually graduate and actually coaching flag football. That's just something special there in its own self. So, you know, I've basically been spending this bye week just sort of reflecting, thinking about the fun, some of the stuff that happened this year. I'm glad at least we got our consistent practice scheduling back down. But now, of course, we have like basically equivalent of double bye, which is good for one end. I got a lot of ideas I can think of and things I can do as far as thinking. But now I gotta wait for an extra week to put them really into action. And figuring our playoff matchup might be against one of those tough teams that we had trouble with. Stop the Violent. I have a plan for them. They got some big, tall kids. They say they're 10, 11 years, 19 years old. I think they're all about 13, 14, at least 12. I mean, gee whiz, a couple of those kids on that team wear the same size shoe I wear. So, you know, if they're Adam Butzel basketball, it's a whole different animal, is it? Recreation center basketball, I don't know. I wonder what different coaching PAL. I might try to find out next year. You know, they do have a PAL team up there. I saw the Cubs up there in the league, too. I know there's a little longer blog you actually going to, but I just had a lot of things I was thinking about. And between that and now trying to work out situating coaches and just what we're gonna do as far as just a plan, just a plan, just a plan. Just hope I'm trying to just play off some playoff wins here. Not to say I'm debunking the regular season. I'm seeing stuff now, and that's it. I've adjusted to them. And quite frankly, I love working with them. Those little fellas, those guys they may not all be the best basketball players, but for the most part, I'll tell you this much though. They have a business school. We got one or two truly though kids who really do like to act out a lot. And I find out they pay that over from school. But the other coach who coaches me, she's actually teaches most of them at school or see them most at school, so I get to hear all the bad reports. So they don't get away with too much anything. I only had one person who I just had to make a run extra lap, so that's pretty good. And now it's not made a couple of captains, you have some internal leadership. And see, now I'm trying to do now is at this point in the season, I'm trying to get them to understand stuff on a mental, on which they're picking up on their own stuff, where their teammates talk to each other. Okay, check this guy, get over here. Okay, pass him, set the pick here, I'm gonna get a roll there. Try to get them to think the game through. What's the challenges themselves? Instead of walking them through and making it available, they can play in the 12 under league, or some of them won't be back next year. They'll be too old. And they're going to go to 12 under, which is a whole different, longer running, and a lot more thinking, and a lot more understanding of the game they got to develop. And some be back next year. They're going to really be ready and really be good. So, just evaluate all this. This is fun to sit down here and thinking about these things. You know, I'll make notes. Like I might spend a practice just let them talk, sound off, see if they think just life stuff and nothing to do with basketball. I figured that might be a good thing to do. Just because it's a good thing to do. Or might practice real hard in the next practice, and the next Tuesday come back and really get them back into practice mode. So we had a whole week off anyway, kind of to let them chill out a little bit. So we had a bye week this week and had no game. Some of them I heard I've been seeing they actually talked to their parents. Their parents actually got them working. I can see some improvements already in them. So basically say this much. Yeah, I'm enjoying this bye week a little bit, but I'm always thinking the wheels will turn. What can I say? It's Youth basketball coach. Plain and simple. Always at it.